Welcome back to Darlene and Grit Homestead. I am Ashley.
And I'm Brian.
And we are going to share some seed starting with you. I'm going to plant some flowers, and then we will also be planting some salad greens. We're going to use our Ladbrook seed block tool. And then we will also share, we're building a stackable quail cage. It's a 3-tier stackable quail cage. Brian's been working on the cages for that, and then we will also build the frame. And then we will just take you along and share whatever else pops up on the camera.
Like mowing.
Oh yeah, mowing. We live in the evergreen state, so mowing is
Weekly chore.
a weekly chore. It is mandatory. We're getting all of our seed starter in this big bucket right here. This is a container, storage container technically. And we will start getting our soil all wet to the right texture and consistency, and then we will use our Ladbrook tool and make our seed spores with it. And we just gotta mix it up. It's like making mud pies.
Funny, huh, ducks?
Yep, the ducks thought it was funny. Okay, so the consistency that you want in your soil once you mix it with water is you want to be able to put it in your hand and that it clumps for one, and then when you squeeze it in your hand, you want to be able to have water dripping out of it. Not like crazy, but a steady drip is key as far as the mixture that you want as far as your water and soil. And then when you get your soil all together, you want to mound it up within length of the tool, and then you just push it in. You use this top plate right here, this plate, and this move this tool right here. So you want to press down, and then you can bring that back in, press down again, because you're packing it essentially. You don't want to pack it too tight, but you can pretty much feel if it's too full. So, and then I just like to run my hand on the bottom to kind of give it an even surface. You put it down in your tray box, and then you put your hand, your thumb here, and your fingers right here. You can do it one-handed or two-handed, and just go like that, and they should just pop right out, and then it's empty. So you may notice that I don't have any tags for anything for the seed blocks and for these trays, and that's because one, we have children. Two, in our past experience, so we've been gardening for a very long time, almost 20 years, but with children for the last almost 7 years, and our children love gardening with us, and they also love removing tags. So I don't have any tags for anything. I just write everything down, and mostly everything that we plant anyway, we're familiar with, and we've planted it before. If we try something new, I have it written down here, and then I'll make a note of that and keep this little written list here. I got all of our lettuce in there. Lettuce is, go away mosquito. Lettuce is always such a joy to plant because of its little tiny seeds. And you have to try to get 1 per square. Some people do 2 per square. You can do that and then just remove the other plant from it, but I don't want to give myself any extra work. It's also the mental load of having to do it, and being a mom that does all of this, including working full-time, I'm going to work smarter rather than harder, if that makes sense. I like to plant things a few weeks apart, so that way I have another harvest right after, once we use it all up. We're going to get pretty hot once it's after May. It might even get hot in May. So once it starts to get hot and it starts reaching in the 80s, everything that I'm planting right now is a cool weather crop. It's going to bolt. Now our frost date isn't until after, I believe, May 16th, so after Mother's Day, and we could potentially still get a light frost even after that here in the Pacific Northwest. So I'm still gonna plant everything. All of these things are cold hardy, so I will have the capability of covering it with some frost fabric. I also have like little tents that I can put over all of it just in case if a light frost were to be a concern. I got spinach. I'm just gonna drop it in the hole. Now these seed squares pretty much have the correct depth for planting most things. It might be a little bit more difficult with like flowers and stuff like that. You can just fill the hole in and then just kind of plant it in the depth that you really need it. It's stuck on my hand. Get in there. Need one more, of course. And I'm planting the noble spinach. And get right in there. What are you doing?
I'm planting.
Here are the cute little babies. Here's 2 of them. See how adorable they are. Hello, little one. Hello, little one. This one's chunky. Very chunky. They're cute. Oh, bunny hops. Bunny hops. You guys getting into trouble? Oh, he jumped right into my hand.
Miyagi, did you get on a trampoline? Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's a trampoline for just relaxing. He was hunting bugs. And I think it's easy for him because they get trapped in the netting that we have. And then he steals them. What?
Okay, I'm gonna candlelight the Sebastopol goose egg. And I have this one right here. And it's really hard to see. So I'm gonna look in it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is veins. So that's what it looks like. And you can see the spider veins in it. There's one right here and one right here. And I keep turning it. So it might be very difficult for you guys to see, but I can see it. I can see where there's a live goose in there. So this one is fertile. I can turn it up like this. Put my hand on it. Make sure I don't drop it. It's kind of hard to do there. So I can see it on this side. You can kind of see the red veins in it. So this one's fertile. So this one, I don't believe is fertile. I believe this is a clear egg. And I don't see any red veins at all. See the color difference? So this one is not fertile. This is a clear egg, so this one can be removed. I'll kind of spin it around for you. You can see the yolk on the inside. That's the yolk right there. But there are no red veins, so it is not alive. Wanted to show you guys this little chicken coop. I think that's what it was. So it was what the owners had previously made. So there's a roosting bar, and then there's some nesting boxes right here. And it's got a nice metal roof. So, but it's just it's a little door, and it's not very big, but it's built very strong. Now, I like, excuse the ducks. Now, I like to free range my chickens. Is something that I, something really funny is happening apparently. They won't let me talk. It's because I'm out here, and they're all looking at me. They're like, come over here, give me snacks. But anyways, so I would like to use it for chickens again. I don't plan on getting a lot of chickens. I'm not the biggest fan of chickens just because of how much work they require when it comes to keeping them out of the garden and stuff like that. They're pretty destructive. But I did promise my oldest daughter some chickens, so we will get a few, but I definitely would like to use this. It's a nice sized building, and it would be kept for them to go in at night. So, but I just wanted to share it with you. So it's got this, Bonsai, you can't stay in there. I got a cat in here. Bonsai, well, you think this is your cat house? Is it your tree fort? She's like, it's got all kinds of nice dirt in here. So it's got this big heavy door. You can see that something definitely tried to get into it at one time, but was unsuccessful. So I probably will, looks like it's a couple of boards pressed together, because there's a bunch of screws right here at the top. You can see how they put it together and made a very, very thick door. So I might be able to take this off and redo it. And it just closes like that. And it's got ventilation, so that was pretty smart. It looks like the chickens at one time were actually nesting up here, up at the top, because there's a bunch of chicken poop still up there. But yeah, what do you guys think? You like it? Gotta put it to some type of use, right? Bonsai, are you in love with that brick? Oh yeah, that's good stuff, right? So I have all these green onions, bunching green onions. They're organic, that I buy from Trader Joe's. So I am going to plant them. So I let them cure for a couple of days, and so now I'm just gonna do a row of them. This bed that I have is mostly going to be for salad greens and things like that, but I'm gonna have these planted off on the side. I already have some bunching green onions that my mom gifted to me a little while ago. So now this is just pretty much a concession planting of more bunching green onions to have for later. That one doesn't even have any roots on it. That's funny. I almost put that in the ground. So they have been covered with straw, mostly. I know there was some that were popping up out of the ground when we planted it. Let's see. And be careful moving this around. Oh yeah, there's potatoes right there. You can see their leaves are starting to set right here. That's a good sign. Soon enough, we'll have lots and lots of potatoes. That will be a really good harvest. I can guarantee it. And I'm gonna plant some more flowers. I have my favorite marigolds, the Hawaiian. They're called Orange Hawaiian marigolds, and they get really, really tall. They're super great for cut flowers. They make the most perfect floral arrangements for fresh picked flowers. Marigolds are my most favorite flower next to zinnias and carnations. They kind of all have that similar look, but those are all my favorite flowers. And then I have some white zinnias, and I have some of this magenta purple, and then the light purple, or yeah, it's kind of like a light purple pink color. And then I have these little red ones. These are so cute. And then I have these green envy. So the green envy are really cool. I have not grown these yet, so hopefully I can get some. And then the pink lemonade, which are really pretty. And I have some cherry, which is just a red zinnia, kind of like the little red ones, like these ones right here, but they're big. And then I have the El Dorado. That's from Baker Creek. I can't remember what color these are, and it doesn't tell you, so wild card, right? Let's do a wild card. I'm not quite sure where I'm gonna plant all of these, but I have to have flowers, you guys. I have to have them. They are my absolute favorite. Every raised bed that I have, I will plant flowers in, and that's been the constant theme that I have done each year that I have gardened, whether it be a raised bed or a garden pot or like a bordering bed near a building, or even just in the ground. I don't have time to build all my raised beds this year, so I'm more than likely going to do a lot of in-ground planting. The ground here is very fertile, and right where I planted all my orchard of my stone fruit, specifically where the peaches and the plums and things are, I'm going to plant in the ground around those areas. So I'm super excited about that. Now, to stay on topic, I'm gonna plant some of these marigolds. I'm super excited. It's super bright outside. Hi, Miyagi. This is actually a marigold. I forgot. It's a white marigold. It's not a zinnia. So I have that marigold right there, and then that is a zinnia. Polar bear zinnia. White marigold. And these ones get really tall too. They're like the Hawaiian, but white. Miyagi's back. He always needs attention. Miyagi is very loving. A whole village could love Miyagi. Uh-oh. Spilt some. Meow. That one might just grow up in there. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Involuntarily a volunteer. Got the quail out on the grass right now. Got Mr. Biko and Ami and little Keiko out here. Biko was just kind of trying to play with them running around the cage. He got a correction, so figured out, nope, can't do that anymore. If he had the opportunity to kill one of these birds, he most likely would seize that opportunity. So, but with having farm animals out and about, especially if they're grazing and such, he needs to know that he has to listen. His prey mode is not severe. He is reactive to people. That's pretty severe, but when it comes to his prey mode, it's pretty manageable. Right, Biko? You good boy? We got more resting mats. So yeah, I got more resting mats. I got 2 cages that I need to put those in. Oh, right there. See? Leave it. Now he's in full play mode. And I use this as an extension of my hand. Leave it! But he's not going to be allowed to do it. Leave it! Good. Go! Now. So, as you can see, that was a very mild case of prey mode. It was more plain than it was prey mode. So he wasn't using his mouth or anything like that, but that's how you correct a stinker dog from going after your animals. And now he's over there, enjoying rolling in poop like Keiko. Alright, what you got over here?
Huh.
So this is the 30 by 30 for the quail cage. Okay, so we're going to build 3 of these and then separate the quail.
Yeah, it'll go in that stacker system.
It's a stacker system.
Yeah.
So I ordered more J-clips. And yeah, they were supposed to be here today, but apparently they've gone back to a shipping facility, then back to another one, and then back to the same one.
Yep.
So it's the, you know, where's my package kind of scenario. We had the opportunity to buy some at the farm store, and we decided to wait because they already ordered them online. And now that's kind of delaying our projects, of course.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, it'll get done, and then I just need to hook the top on, and then put a door in. So
yep,
it'll be all good.
It'll be good to go. And I got the resting mats in here for Mr. Fufu. So he already had this one in here, so I put the second one here. I like to put them where like their food and their water is. Hey Fufu. And then give them lots of orchard grass. And then Olaf got his second one too, so he had that one originally, and then I put the second one in there. He originally had 2, and then we put Fufu in this cage, so I had to split it up. I didn't have enough resting mats at that point, so I just gave them extra orchard grass, and then they kind of use that as a resting mat as well. They like to nest in it and eat it. And that kind of gives them some sensory enrichment. So that works. Alright, I have another little fun project that I'm going to do. So I went and got some starts, some flower starts for these hanging baskets that I saved from last year. I had bought already made hanging baskets last year that had like the pretty little stardust petunias. They were the purple ones, like the purple galaxy kind, and then I had some of the magenta pink kind. This year I found a red one, so I'm going to make some red, white, and blue hanging baskets. The only thing I did not find for these baskets that I'm going to make is I didn't find any blue flowers, so they're mostly going to just be mixed up of white and red colors. And then I have some Creeping Jenny, I believe that's what it's called, Goldie. Is it Creeping Jenny or Creeping Charlie? I can't remember, but I'm going to add some of that for some texture. And then I have red petunias, and then I have some Bacopa, and what is the other one called? Oh, no, that's just it. So we're gonna put these together. I have some organic rich soil, and then I have some perlite, so I can add some extra drainage. These already have like this little slip that goes in right here that you put at the bottom to help so the water doesn't completely just drain out, but it helps it do a slow drain, which works perfectly. And there you go. I put it all together. So now all I'll just need to do is make sure it stays moist, and then I'll fertilize it every couple of weeks, and it should grow big and beautiful and keep on putting on flowers. Alright, and I got 3 done. So I got 3 hanging baskets, and then I got 1 potted. So I have the rest of those. I will put those in another pot, and then I'll probably buy some more starts. I have planted flowers. but none that can go in these little pots or hanging baskets. They're going to be for fresh cutting flowers. They're going to be a lot taller. I usually plant these types of petunias and things like that early on, but I don't have a greenhouse at this new homestead, so next year that'll be a fun project once my greenhouse is built. Not quite sure where Brian went, but he's getting the stacker cages built. We finally got our J-clips in the mail, so we can finally finish the cages as far as building the wired part and clipping them together. But now he's just building the frame to put the stacker, you know what I mean, get it all together, stack it, the frame, there you go. But also, I need to steal this for something else, so I don't know where he is, so I'm gonna steal it and then bring it back. Okay, so this is why I needed it, so I can drill holes in the bottom of these pots. I got these at Costco. They usually have a good deal on them for like $19.99. So, and then I will fill them with dirt, and I'll show you guys what they look like probably later down on the road. It's gonna take me a little bit to fill these up. Alright, so we will show you guys the completion of the stacker quail cage at the next video. It kind of got delayed due to the J-clips being delayed by delivery because we ordered them online. We should have just bought them in store, but you know, save money and then you get delayed. So
That's time. Yeah.
are you supposed to learn from that, or who knows?
It's the world.
It is, it's the world.
Yeah.
It's life. But so you can see it's on the table, and we'll get it together and we'll finish it, and then we'll have more content next week. We'll see you guys next time.
Oh yeah.
Bye.